4 years ago, on September 9th, my oldest son, Corey, he was 19, was killed by an impaired driver.
Corey, his brother Jacob, and two friends were traveling to a family cottage in Quebec. At approximately 11:35 p.m., a drunk driver swerved into Corey's lane, striking his vehicle. His vehicle was thrown off the road, leaving its passengers waiting for emergency crews to arrive. 15 minutes later, Sharon received a call telling her that her boys were involved in a crash. Her and her husband jumped in the car and headed towards the scene.
And then about 40 minutes before we arrived at the scene, my dad called. And at that point, he asked us to pull over. He said that there was indeed a crash and the kids are injured. And I said, well, you know, what happened? Who's injured? Well, we're at the hospital now. Jacob's being prepped and getting ready to go back to Chio. I said, well, what about Corey? And he said, are you pulled over? Yeah, I'm pulled over. And he said, well, Corey's gone.
Corey's little brother Jacob was rushed to Chio in Ottawa with serious injuries. His hands, legs, and pelvis were broken, his knee was crushed, and he had a serious concussion. But he did survive. Emergency crews credit Jacob's miraculous survival to the split-second actions of his brother.
Corey's car, we couldn't even imagine anybody surviving that, let alone 3 people surviving it. And the police officers at the site told us that, or the firefighters at the site told us that had Corey not swerved, just a reaction to swerve, if he hadn't had time to do that, both cars would have hit head on and both cars would have probably exploded into flames and all 5 would have been gone.
Today, Sharon is an advocate for MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. She takes part in annual events like this year's Renfrew's Gone Mad. She also counsels individuals who have experienced the kind of loss her family has had to endure.
As I go through more counseling and all that, then I become stronger, and then I can help somebody else with their pain. If they're new to losing a family member, you know, and it makes me just feel that I'm doing something right to honor Corey's memory.
These pictures are crisp reminders of the opinionated, passionate young boy who has left indelible memories on all those who had a chance to know him.
I don't want to have to remember him. I want him here. But I'm always going to remember him as my son. I'm always going to remember the good times, the bad times. We remember him every day.